story for all of you so that you may understand actually what we're going to read, especially Albert Camus and Franz Kafka. So to understand them better, I think this is probably a story that you must read, and this is one of the short stories everyone must read in his lifetime. So welcome to the class, Continental Literature, and we're going to read A Clean, Well-Lighted Place written by Ernest Hemingway. I think you have done already, or you have read the novel, probably The Old Man and the Sea, or The Sun Also Rises. Which one did you read? Are you not done with the American fiction and drama?
Yes. So we are American poetry.
Okay, we're done with American poetry, but you're done with American fiction and drama. So it's okay. So we're going to start this one, A Clean, Well-Lighted Place. Now focus on this title actually. So I believe that you'll be underlining this title as well, A Clean, Well-Lighted Place. And you find that these are all three adjectives. At first it's clean, it has to be a clean, and then it's like well-lighted place, meaning that it has to be brightening place at the same time. Like this classroom, a clean, well-lighted place. The light is here, sufficient light, and at the same time it's very much clean. So when you think of this title, what kind of psychological booster it gives you? When you think of like a clean place, and at the same time it's very much lighted. It gives you what? A positive vibe. Right? When you go to the prayer room, Marjit, how do you feel?
You feel good.
Depressed? Depressed. Okay. So if you go to the Marjit, how do you feel? It's very good, right? You feel so good. Why? First one, it's very clean. Number second, it's very much lightning, calm, and quiet. So now, this notion signifies you, or this place signifies you that this is one of the positivity that every individual seeks for in his life. You need a clean, well-lighted place. It's meaning it might be a bedroom, it might be anywhere that you live in. It has to be clean, top-notch, and at the same time, even if you're going to a restaurant, what is the first thing that you look for? It has to be clean. And it should be a good lighting, and it should give you a good vibe. Yes. Anyway, the young generation sometimes, you know, they love the darkness. You go somewhere else, by the way. Dark spots. Okay. And you don't love this white light. You love the rainbow lights, right?
Beam lights.
Right. It has to be colorful lights. And you find that you only can see the face. Nothing else anymore, man. Good boy. Okay, let's go for this one. But anyway, it gives you always a positive vibe when you think of like a clean, well-lighted place. A positivity. But how far we can get this clean, well-lighted place? And at the same time, just think of this one. Like, when you are dying, you are not being covered with a dark cloth. You are being covered with a white shroud. Right?
Yes.
And when you are being just covered with this white shroud, the very first thing it has to be ensured is what? You are clean.
Exactly.
The dead body is being cleaned at first, right? Yes. And then the shroud, the white shroud. There is no dirt on that. Right? Even when you're dying, you need this clean, well-lighted dress. Okay? This is what we need all the time, and probably even in your life, you also seek for that positivity every single time. Even starting from your bedroom, starting from your bedroom to kitchen to everywhere, a clean, well-lighted place. That always gives you a real positive vibe. If I turn off the lights, trust me, I know that all of you suffer from insomnia. You fall asleep.
Yes.
You'll fall asleep and you'll feel like, wow, what a place to sleep. Right? But when it's a lighted place, it's enlightening, beautiful, it always makes you wake up. It gives you the positivity and the energy. Right? So let's read this story. So when we're reading this story, we find that before we jump to the story, obviously it's not like you are reading this because it's not something like, it's only because so that you can understand Camus and Kafka better. Because I think we're done with the novels, and this is very magical that we can finish even a big novel in one class. It's not my charisma, it's only your charisma that you're capable of taking the 500 pages load in your brain. Wow, good. So this is the beauty of your life. So you are capable of taking so many burdens, and I'm so lucky to teach you that. Okay. Huh? It's not good.
It's your capacity, sir.
No, it's not capacity. It's beyond capacity.
Meta capacity.
You are not a human animal. You are more than human. Albert Camus must be laughing that I wrote this 130 pages novel just to make people understand what life is. Right? He tried to convey you the message what life is. But wow, how dramatic the students are and the people are, the readers are. They understood the life in 5 minutes. Within an hour. Right? You understood the life in 5 minutes. Oh, this is life. Yeah. Good. Chill, man. Okay. Anyway, life is not. People investigate all the things like they took, and J.Paul Sartre, another philosopher of existentialism, he wrote almost 700 pages, more than 700 pages, just discussing in one topic, what is literature? So he wrote 700 pages in what is literature, but you people made me so great that you finished so many literature, novels, stories, poems,
fiction,
in just
dramas.
3 months, 6 months. Right? In one class, you finish the whole novel. Done. Halas. Even like, if you find that all the great readers in the world must be jealous of you. Okay, we are starting. Thank you. So there are 3 characters that you're going to find out. The first is like the old man. And then you are going to find out, obviously, 2 waiters. And then sort it out in this way. Old and young. Okay?
Yes.
So there is one who is a young waiter, and there is a waiter who is an old waiter. And young waiter has recently got married. And the old waiter, he has a family too, but this guy is much more mature. And this is the old man who is more than 70 years old. Finding out the means how to live a life. And probably he's questioning also what is life. Is there anything called life? So these are the questions this old man will be asking you throughout this short story. And I believe we will be able to finish this whole story in just 30 minutes. Let's go for it. It was very late and everyone had left the cafe except an old man who sat in the shadow. The leaves of the tree made against the electric light. In the daytime, the street was dusty, but at night, the dew settled the dust, and the old man liked to sit late because he was deaf, and now at night he was quiet, and he felt the difference. Well, comfort this one. It was very late. Except everyone, except the old guy, everyone has left the cafe. Who is there in the cafe?
The old man.
Old man. I shouldn't be telling you that it's a cafe. Okay, just take it in a very good mood. It's a cafe. It comes for drink all the night. And everyone has left the cafe. But this old man is still in the cafe.
Yes.
And Ernest Hemingway is going to give you literally some metaphorical magic here. Just read this line. Because he was deaf. What is the condition of the guy?
He's deaf.
It's meaning that he has some problem in hearing because he's an old guy. This is what happens to all the old people in the universe. Somehow they become deaf. And now at night it was quiet and he felt the difference. But at night, whether you're deaf or you're not a deaf, it doesn't make any difference. Why?
You can feel the change.
No, because there is no noise. There is no noise. How can you prove that you hear just into your ears? How?
When there is the sound.
When there is sound, and if you just sense this out, then you find it what? Okay, I'm not deaf. But if you don't hear the sound, then what? Then you say to yourself what? I'm a deaf. I cannot hear the sound, right? But the old guy is saying that he is deaf, but still he doesn't feel it. Why? Because it's the night time, quiet time, and everyone, there's no noise. So there's no difference between being deaf or not being deaf, because the environment is safe for everyone. Clear?
Yes, sir.
And then he says, the two waiters inside the cafe knew that the old man was a little drunk, and while he was a good client, they knew that if he became too drunk, he would leave without paying. So they kept watch on him. What is the problem of the guy? When he becomes too much drunk, he doesn't pay. He lives without paying the money. So the two waiters, they're just putting an eye. Make sure that he doesn't leave and he doesn't drink too much, because he making sure that he pays. Last week, he tried to commit suicide, one way to say. What happened to this guy last week? He attempted to commit suicide, the one way to say. And the other said, why? And the answer is, he was in despair. What about?
Nothing.
What disturbs him?
Nothing.
Nothing. So nothing is something here, okay?
Exactly.
Nothing is what?
Something.
Is something here. That you might be saying that, okay, sir, it's nothing. But it's not nothing. This nothing is something. And in some cases, this something is more important than everything. So this nothing is something that leads to everything. Okay? Now go for this one. How do you know it was nothing? He has plenty of money. What is the answer?
He was
He has plenty of money. They sat together at a table that was close against the wall near the door of the cafe and looked at the terrace where the tables were all empty except where the old man sat in the shadow of the leaves of the tree that moved slightly in the wind. A girl and a soldier went by in the street. The street light shone on the press number on his collar. The girl, or no head covering, and hurried beside him. The girl was picking up. One word to say, what does it matter if he gets what he's after? He had better get off the street now. The girl will get him. They went by 5 minutes ago. The old man sitting in the shadow rapped on his saucer with his glass. The younger waiter went over to him. What do you want? The old man looked at him. Another brandy, he said. You'll be drunk, the waiter said. The old man looked at him. The waiter went away. Now again, what is the old man doing here? He's asking for another glass of brandy. And the waiter is saying what? Hey, you'll be too much drunk. Right? You're an old guy, don't drink too much. But he looked in this way, so the old waiter went and just bringing a glass of. He will stay all night. He said to his colleague, I'm sleepy now. I never get into bed before 3 o'clock. He should have killed himself last week. What is the waiter saying? He should have killed himself last week. Right? Again, you see, like, it's self-filling. When your life becomes a burden for you, and everyone prays secretly, right? Everyone says that. But no one says it loudly. And why no one says loudly? Because you know that applicable the paragraph. Okay. Then he said, the waiter took the brandy bottle and another saucer from the counter inside the cafe and marched out to the old man's table. He put down the saucer and poured the glass full of brandy. You should have killed yourself last week, he said to the deaf man. While serving him, said loudly, আপনি last week মরে গেলে ভালো হইতো. But this deaf man cannot hear anything. Doesn't matter. Okay? So he said, সে কি বলছে আপনি লাস্ট উইকে মরে গেলে ভালো হতো. যে সার্ভ করতে চাইবো আপনি পুরো ব্যাটা মরে না. But he said, okay, let me say. The old man motioned with his finger. He does what? Motion with finger. More. Give me more. A little more, he said. The waiter poured on into the glass so that the brandy slopped over and ran down the stem into the top saucer of the pot. Thank you, the old man said. The waiter took the bottle back inside the cafe. He sat down at the table with his colleague again. He's drunk now, he said. He's drunk every night. What did he want to kill himself for? How should I know? How did he do it? He hung himself with a rope. Who cut him down? His mates. Why did they do it? Fear for his soul. How much money has he got? He has got plenty. He must be 80 years old. Anyway, I should say he was 80. I wish he would go home. I never get to bed before 3 o'clock. What kind of hour is that to go to bed? He stays up because he likes it. He's lonely. I'm not lonely. I have a wife waiting in bed for me. The younger waiter is saying.
Yes.
The younger waiter is saying what?
I have a wife.
He is lonely. Who is lonely?
The old man.
The old man is lonely. I'm not lonely. I have a wife waiting in bed for me. Then the old waiter is replying. He had a wife once too. Our wife would be no good to him now. He's saying why? Having a wife doesn't mean anything to him at all because he's too old right now.
এটা কিন্তু স্যার যে ইয়াঙ্গার যে ওইটা আছে তার জন্য একটা আছে একদিন তোমার কাছে এমন মনে হবে
No, exactly. Let's read it out. You can tell. He might be better with a wife. His niece looks after him. You say she cut him down. I know. I wouldn't want to be that old. Who's saying that? The young waiter is saying, I don't want to be that much old. An old man is a nasty thing. An old man is a nasty thing. And the old waiter is saying, not always. This old man is clean. He drinks without spilling. It's meaning what? When he drinks, it doesn't come out from his tongue. Okay? It doesn't come out from his mouth. He's always clean. He keeps the things clean. And the inside, on the table, he keeps it very clean. Even now, drunk, look at him. And he says, look at him. He's drunk, but he's still not spilling. It's not vomiting. I don't want to look at him. I wish he could go home. He has no record for those who must work. He says that the complaint is what? Look, 2 waiters are working for him. He doesn't have any record for them, meaning that he doesn't have any soft feeling for them. The old man looked from his glass across the square, then over at the waiters. Another brandy, he said, pointing to his glass. The waiter who was in a hurry came over. Finished, he said, speaking with that omission of syntax stupid people employ when talking to drunken people or foreigners. No more tonight, close down. And then he said, another. The old man. No, finished. The waiter wiped the edge of the table with a towel and shook his head. The old man stood up, slowly counted the saucers, took a leather card purse from his pocket and paid for the drinks, leaving a half peseta tip. Peseta is the Spanish term of the coin. It's meaning a coin for tip. Taka ke peseta for the Spanish coin. The waiter watched him go down the street, a very old man walking unsteadily but with dignity. And let me tell you that this story is not about this old man. This story is about the old waiter. And you'll find it out how. Listen how. Let's read it out. This is about the old waiter who wants him to stay here, who is showing a soft feeling for the old guy. Let's read it out. And look, the man stood up, means his drink is done, slowly counted the saucers, and now there is a system of like, anyway, I shouldn't be teaching you now, and then you'll be practicing it in real life. It'll be bad boys then. The waiter watched him go down the street, a very old man walking unsteadily but with dignity. And it says that the old man left the cafe and is walking on the street. And the old waiter is following him, and he says that, look, this old man is walking with dignity. It doesn't make him feel that he's too drunk. Okay? It doesn't show it out. Why didn't you let him stay and drink? Who is saying that? The old waiter. Saying it to the young waiter.
Yes.
Why didn't you let him stay and drink? The unhired waiter asked. They were putting up the shutters. It's not 2:30. I want to go home to bed. What is an hour? More to me than to him. An hour is the same. You talk like an old man yourself. Who is talking that? The young waiter. The young waiter is talking to the old waiter, saying that you are just like the old man. He can buy a bottle and drink at home. It's not the same. The answer is what? It's not the same. The young waiter is saying, look, if he wants to drink, he can buy it and he can drink at home. Right? But the old waiter is saying, it's not the same. Here? No, it is not, agreed the waiter with the wife. He didn't wish to be unjust. He was only in a hurry. And you have no fear of going home before your usual hour? Are you trying to insult me? No hunger, only to make a joke. No, the waiter who was in a hurry said, rising from pulling down the metal shutters. I have confidence. I'm all confidence. Interesting. Okay, let me tell you that. The old waiter is asking the young waiter, তোমাকে সব সময় কেন একই সময়ে বাসায় যেতে হবে? And his reply was, my wife, I have a wife. And then সে বলল যে একদিন একটু কম বেশি দেরি হলে কি হয়? Do you doubt your wife? This is the meaning actually. Look, you have no fear of going home before your usual hour. Are you trying to insult me? No, hunger, only make a joke. No, the waiter who was in a hurry said, rising from pulling down the metal shutters, I have confidence. I'm all confident. I'm all confidence. You have youth, confidence, and a job, the older waiter said. He will check. You have confidence, you're young, you have everything. And what do you lack? Everything. But what? You have everything. I have. No. I have never had confidence, and I'm not young. I don't have that confidence, and I'm not young. I'm too old. Come on, stop talking nonsense and log out. I'm of those who like to stay late at the cafe. এবং সে old waiter বলছে, আমি হচ্ছে সেই বান্দাই. I'm the same guy who wants to stay late in the cafe. The older waiter said, with all those who do not want to go to bed. আমি হচ্ছে তাদের এই পথিক যারা হচ্ছে রাতে বিছানায় যেতে চায় না. I'm the same guy. With all those who need a light for the night. আমি হচ্ছে ঠিক তাদের জন্য যাদের হচ্ছে রাতের অন্ধকারে একটু আলো প্রয়োজন হয়। বুঝতে পেরেছেন? নাকি বুঝেন নাই? It's the old waiter who is feeling for this old guy. এবং সে বলা হচ্ছে যে সে পরে বলবে he wakes up late at night is only because so that হচ্ছে কি তার মতো তারও যেরকম ঘুম আসে না, is suffering from the insomnia. ঠিক তেমনি যারা আবার ইনসোমনিয়াতে কষ্ট পাচ্ছে তাদের জন্য তিনি ক্যাফেটাকে ওপেন রাখেন so that they get light at night. বুঝতে পেরেছেন? But the young waiter is saying, I want to go home and into bed. We are of two different kinds, the older waiter said. He was not dressed to go home. It's not only a question of youth and confidence, although those things are beautiful. Each night, I'm reluctant to close up because there may be someone who needs the cafe. সে বলছে প্রতি রাতে যখন আমি দোকানের শাটারটা নামাতে যাই, প্রতিদিন আমি চিন্তা করি যে আমার মতো কেউ আছে যার হয়তো এই ক্যাফেটা দরকার। বুঝতে পেরেছেন? Hunger. There are bodegas open all night long. You do not understand. তুমি এটা বুঝবে না। This is a clean and pleasant cafe. It's well lighted. The light is very good, and also now there are shadows of the leaves. খুব ইন্টারেস্টিং একটা মিনিং। বলছে তুমি এই কথাটা বুঝবে না। These are lighted. আপনি দেখবেন এই যে ওল্ড ম্যানটা আছে না, সে কখন ঘুমাতে যাবে জানেন? সকালবেলা। And he's afraid of the night. He's afraid of the darkness. সে যখন রাত হয়, he becomes so lonely. আর যখন দিনের আলো সূর্যের আলো হয়, সে তখন ঘুমাতে যায়। Because he loves a clean, well lighted place. He loves the sun. সে সূর্য পছন্দ করে, সূর্য পছন্দ করে, সে চাঁদ পছন্দ করে। এবার চলেন পড়ি আমরা, আরেকটু শেষ করি। দেখেন এখানে টুইস্ট এখন রয়ে গেছে। চলো। It's well lighted, the light is very good, and also now there are shadows of the leaves. Good night, said the younger waiter. Good night, the other waiter said. Turning off the electric light, he continued the conversation with himself. এবার কে কার সাথে কথা বলছে? The world waiter, সে এবার তার সাথে কথা বলছে। এবং সেও বলো লোনলি ফিল করছে। Do you know why? সে যখন ওই ওল্ড গাই যখন ওইখানে হচ্ছে বারে যখন আসে, সে তখন খুব ভালো ফিল করে। Because he is the same guy, ওই ওল্ড ওয়েটার হচ্ছে কি তার ভিতরে সে নিজেকে দেখতে সেম ফিলিং। এবং সে জানে ওই ওল্ড ম্যান কেন হচ্ছে প্রতিদিন বারে আসে, কেন হচ্ছে সারা রাত এখানে বসে থাকতে চায়। আর সেও চায় যে হচ্ছে কি কেউ কাস্টমার এরকম থাকুক যাতে তারও হচ্ছে কি রাতের বেলা প্রবলেম হয়। The question was asked like, what is most important? The journey of the destination?
The journey.
The answer came, the company.
Oh, nice. I missed it. Yes, that was the company. Yes.
Okay. The answer came what? That is the company. বলা হচ্ছে জিজ্ঞেস করা হচ্ছে যে কোনটা বেশি গুরুত্বপূর্ণ, যাত্রা নাকি গন্তব্য? বলছে যাত্রা গন্তব্য কোনটাই গুরুত্বপূর্ণ না, সহ একজন হচ্ছে সহযোদ্ধা প্রয়োজন। বুঝতে পেরেছেন? বুঝে যায়? বুঝেন না? অবাক হয়ে গেছে। হ্যাঁ এক্স্যাক্টলি বুঝে যায়। অবাক হয় না? আপনার জন্য দোয়া রইল অবাক বলতে থেকে। Okay, but this is really interesting that things that you look for. Okay, where should we go? Which line? Okay.
To the light of.
Yes, turning off the electric light, he continued the conversation with himself. It was a light, of course, but it's necessary that the place be clean and pleasant. And there is a condition. Conditionটা কি? এটা শুধুমাত্র আলোকিত হলেই হবে না, লাইট হলেই হবে না। It has to be clean and well lighted. মানে ক্লিন থাকতে হবে, পশ থাকতে হবে, পরিষ্কার পরিচ্ছন্ন থাকতে হবে। Here, you do not want music. Look, এটা বললাম সে হচ্ছে তার নিজের সাথে কথা বলতেছে। You do not want music. বলছে তুমি মিউজিক চাও না। Certainly you do not want music. Nor can you stand before a bar with a dignity, although it is all that is provided for these hours. What did he fear? It was not a fear or dread. It was nothing that he knew too well. কি জিনিসটা তাকে ডিস্টার্ব করে লাইফে? Nothing. But nothing হচ্ছে কি তাকে খুব বেশি ডিস্টার্ব করে। কোথায় আছি আমরা? আচ্ছা, it was all nothing, and the man was a nothing too. It was only that, and life was all it needed, and a certain cleanness and order. Some lived in it and never felt it, but he knew it was all nada. Why quest nada? Why nada? Why quest nada? How are nada? Who are in nada? Nada be thy name, thy kingdom nada. Thy will be nada in nada, as it is now. Nada means nothing. Nada means what? Nothing. Okay, now he's saying that. Now you read it in this way. It was all nothing, and the man was nothing too. মানুষ হচ্ছে আসলে কিছুই না, মানুষ হচ্ছে নাথিং। এবং এই যে আলো লাইট যা কিছু বলছে, this is also nothing. Everything is nothing. It is only that, and light was all it needed, and a certain cleanness and order. Some lived in it and never felt it. বলা যে কেউ হচ্ছে নাথিংনেস এর ভিতরে সারা জীবন বসবাস করে গেছে, বাট কখনো বুঝে নেই যে সে নাথিং এর ভিতরে বসবাস করতেছে। But he knew it was all nada, why quest nada, why nada, why quest nada. But এটা হচ্ছে কি, he is living into the nothing that came out of nothing, and this is all about the nothing. This is what the meaning is nothing. Okay? So he's saying that it's all about nothing actually.
We couldn't comprehend nothing. Life is meaningless.
This is why it's, and then he says, our nada, who are in nada, it's our nothingness, who are also in nothing. Nada be denying thy kingdom, nada, but everything is nothing, 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 will be nada, nada, as it is in nada. Logically proven. Left side is even right inside. Okay? Everything is nada. Give us this nada, our daily nada, and nada us our nada, as we nada our nadas, and nada us not into the nada, but deliver us from nada. With pale nothing, full of nothing. Nothing is with thee. He smiled and stood before a batashate. He smiled and stood before a bar with a shining steam pressure coffee machine. এবার হচ্ছে কি যে এবার ওল্ড ওয়েটারের গল্পটা বললাম, সে বলছে অ্যাকচুয়ালি এখানে মেইন কাহিনীটা বললাম ওল্ড ওয়েটার। এই যে ওল্ড ম্যান চলে গেছে, এখন সেও লোনলি ফিল করা শুরু করছে, এবং সে হচ্ছে বলা শুরু করছে যে জীবনে আসলে এরকম একটা ক্লিন ওয়েল লাইটেড প্লেসের দরকারটা কি, এবং সেটা ফিল করতেছে, এবং সে ফিল করতে করতে একটা সময় বলছে এরকম, এবং সে নিজে এখন হচ্ছে কোথায় যাচ্ছে, সে যখন বাসায় যাচ্ছে, এবং সে হচ্ছে ততক্ষণ বাসায় ঢুকবে না যতক্ষণ না সূর্য না ওঠে। সে তখন ঘুমাতে যাবে যখন সূর্য উঠবে। Then he finds the confidence, a clean, well lighted place. আচ্ছা, তারপর সে বলছে কি দেখেন, he smiled and stood before a bar with a shining steam pressure coffee machine. সে থেকে একটা কফি মেশিন থেকে বারের সামনে দাঁড়ালো, সে নিজে ওখান থেকে একটা ড্রিঙ্কস নিল। সে ড্রিঙ্কস নেওয়ার জন্য সে জিজ্ঞেস করতেছে, দাঁড়িয়েছে, দাঁড়াচ্ছে, হোয়াটস ইউরস, কি খাবা? Ask the barman. Barman জিজ্ঞেস করছে কি নিবেন? সে বলছে nothing. কি নিব? Nothing. Huh? Then says nada. Ocho loco mas, said the barman and turned away. Ocho loco mas মানে বলছে বড় কি খাবা, মানে কি? But said the barman. A little cup, said the waiter. What's all picked up? All picked up. The barman poured it for him. The light is very bright and pleasant, but the bar is unpolished.
Because the bar was
unpolished. Light আছে, কিন্তু বারটা কি?
very clean.
The waiter says. The barman looked at him, didn't answer. It was too late at night for conversation. বলছে সে চাচ্ছে অ্যাকচুয়ালি কি, সে এখানে হোল্ড করছে because he's trying to have a conversation. সে কোনো কথা বলতে চাইছে, কিন্তু ওই ওয়েটার হচ্ছে কথা বলতে চাচ্ছে না। দেখেন, it was too late at night for a conversation. You want another cup, Peter? The barman asked. No, thank you, said the waiter and went out. With his light burst and both guests. A clean, well-lighted cafe was a very different thing. Now, without thinking further, he would go home to his room. He would lie in the bed, and finally, with daylight, he would go to sleep. সে এখন কোথায় যাবে? বাসায় ফিরে যাবে, এবং সে কখন ঘুমাতে যাবে? যখন সূর্য উঠবে। It's a daylight. After all, he said to himself, it's probably only insomnia. That must happen. তারপর সে কি বলছে, যখন সেন্স ফিরে আসছে তখন কি বলছে, অনেকের মনে ইনসোমনিয়া আছে, আমারও মনে হয় এটা ইনসোমনিয়া, but no, it's not insomnia. It's probably a philosophy of life. Okay, now it's probably what Ernest Hemingway was trying to say to you. Now, so far, if we just conclude all the two novels and at the same time a short story for all of you, this short story is much more powerful, and it makes you understand actually what we are reading so far. Actually, it's a concept of like existentialism. It's a concept of like finding out what is the philosophy actually? What existentialism wants to teach you? That is the question actually. What is this philosophy, and why is this philosophy has become so famous in recent era and is questioning? Existentialism is a philosophy that questions your life, all the activities of your life, what you are doing in your life. The philosopher or the existentialists, they believe a concept, they believe that life has no meaning at all. It's not something like, it's not, look, everyone take the wrong perception of this concept. We say that, well, life has no meaning, I don't know. That's not the meaning actually. The exact meaning is that life has no given meaning. The meaning has to be searched by the individual, and then he has to give a meaning to his life by himself. This is what the existentialism philosophy is. Okay? The philosophy is জীবনের হচ্ছে কি কোনো ধরা বাঁধা কোনো উদ্দেশ্য নেই। উদ্দেশ্যটা হচ্ছে মানুষ হচ্ছে তার জীবনের অনুযায়ী হচ্ছে সে তার জীবনের উদ্দেশ্যটাকে কি করবে, খুঁজে বের করবে, এবং সে হচ্ছে একটা উদ্দেশ্য দান করবে। যেমন কারো উদ্দেশ্য হচ্ছে কি শুধু খেয়ে বেঁচে থাকা, এটাই তার উদ্দেশ্য। তার উদ্দেশ্য হচ্ছে সে জীবনটাকে এভাবেই অতিবাহিত করতে চায়, এটাই উদ্দেশ্য। যেমন আপনাদেরকে একটা গল্প বলি, এই গল্পটা যখন শুরু হয় বলতে যে ওল্ড ম্যানের কি হয়েছে, বলছে যে ওর অনেক টাকা আছে, বলছে তাহলে সুইসাইড করতে কেন, সুইসাইড করতে চেয়েছে, প্রশ্নটা এটাই। বলছে তার কি আছে, প্লেন্টি অফ মানি, তার অনেক টাকা আছে। এখন ইয়াং ওয়েটার প্রশ্ন করছে তাহলে আর সুইসাইড করতে চাচ্ছে, রাইট? আমি গল্পটা বলি। এক ভদ্রলোক জিজ্ঞেস করছে যে ভাই, লোকটা না, বলছে লোকটা কি হয়েছে, মানে কি আছে, বলছে লোকটা না ভাই অনেক ধনী, অনেক বড়। বলছে কতটুকু ধনী, বলছে অনেক ধনী, আপনি কল্পনা করতে পারবেন, অনেক অনেক ধনী। বলছে বলেন না একটু কতটুকু ধনী। বলছে লোকটার টাকা ছাড়া কিছু নেই। বলছে কি টাকা ছাড়া কিছু, বুঝতে পেরেছেন? মিনিংটা হচ্ছে যে আপনি লোকটা হচ্ছে এই যে আপনি যে আমরা যে ভাবছি না যে এই যে ঠিক এখানে যেরকম বলছে কি লোকটার হচ্ছে কি জীবনে আপনার মানে টাকা তো হয়ে গিয়েছে আপনার, ঠিক না? টাকা আছে, এখন ওল্ড ম্যানের মধ্যে কি আছে, টাকা আছে, প্লেন্টি অফ মানি। কিন্তু আপনি দেখেন তার তো টাকা আছে মানে কি, এখন আমাদের একটা মিনিং হচ্ছে কি টাকা আছে মানে জীবনে কি আছে, সব আছে। কারণ কি আপনি টাকার কাজ কি, টাকার কাজটা হচ্ছে, টাকার কাজ হচ্ছে কি আপনার এই আরে কোর্স আপনি পরে মানে কনসেন্ট্রেশন ব্রেক করে। আচ্ছা, টাকার কাজটা কি? টাকার কাজ হচ্ছে আপনার যা নেই তার ঠিক সেই বিপরীত ধর্মী জিনিসটাকে খরিদ করে নিয়ে আসা। যেমন ধরেন কি, যেমন ধরেন আপনার হচ্ছে আপনি দেখতে হচ্ছে কি অসুন্দর একজন মানুষ, কিন্তু আপনার অনেক টাকা আছে, তাহলে আপনি কি করবেন, আপনার কোন জিনিসটা নেই, রূপ নেই, আপনি সবচেয়ে সুন্দরী মানুষটাকে বিয়ে করবেন। কিসের দিয়ে? টাকা। টাকার কাজ হচ্ছে কি ঠিক বিপরীত ধর্মী জিনিসটাকে পাওয়ার জন্য যে আকর্ষণ, এটা হচ্ছে টাকা দিয়ে মানুষ করে। টাকা কি করে, ঠিক বিপরীত জিনিসটাকে আকর্ষণ করে। যেমন ধরেন আপনি খুব ইচ্ছে ছিল আপনি খুব শিক্ষিত হবেন, সারা জীবন টাকার পেছনে টাকা হয়েছে আপনার, কিন্তু আপনি কি হতে পারেন, শিক্ষিত হতে পারেন। তখন বললেন কি অনারারি 4-5টা পিএইচডি ডিগ্রি কিনে নিয়ে আসো। জর্জ ডব্লিউ বুশ আপনাকে একটা ওয়াশিংটন ইউনিভার্সিটি থেকে একটা পিএইচডি ডিগ্রি দিয়েছে, আপনি বলছেন দেখছো, বুঝতে পেরেছেন? অর্থাৎ টাকা হচ্ছে ঠিক ওই জিনিসটাকে আকর্ষণ করে, ঠিক যেটা হচ্ছে বিপরীত ধর্মী, যে জিনিসটা আপনার নেই। আপনি দেখবেন তার খুব ইচ্ছা ছিল জীবনে সে হচ্ছে গিয়ে তাকে যাতে মানুষ খুব দানবীর হিসেবে চিনে, মানুষ তাকে যাতে প্রশংসিত করে। তো কি হয়েছে, এখন সে খুব ধনী হয়েছে, সেই জন্য হচ্ছে কেউ তো তাকে চিনে না দানবীর হিসেবে, তখন মাইকে অ্যানাউন্স করছে এল ভাই 1 কোটি টাকা দান করেছে। ঠিক আপনি যে জিনিসটা আপনার ভিতরে নাই, ঠিক সেই জিনিসটাকে আপনি খরিদ করেছেন 1 কোটি টাকা দিয়ে। যে গুণটা আপনার ভিতরে ছিল, টাকা হচ্ছে ঠিক ওই গুণটাকে খরিদ করে যে গুণটা আপনার কাছে নেই। আপনি কি খরিদ করছেন? খরিদ করছেন এবার আপনি গিয়ে ধরেন, আপনি হচ্ছে ধরেন আমার কথাই চিন্তা, ধরেন আমি দেখতে কালো মানুষ, এখন আমি কি কিনবো? আমি তো ব্লু এন্ড লাভলি কিনবো। কেন কিনবো? আমার যেটা নাই সেটাই তো আমি কিনবো। আমার কোনটা নাই? প্যারালালি চিন্তা করুন, আমার কোনটা নাই? রূপ নাই, তাহলে আমি কি কিনবো? টাকা দিয়ে কি কিনবো? টাকা দিয়ে হচ্ছে আমি রূপ কিনে নিয়ে আসবো। বুঝতে পেরেছেন? এটা হচ্ছে টাকার কাজ। মানুষ যখন সে এটা করে